Good afternoon, Doc. I am Roy Rodriguez. My topic is about Module 7, the systems, integrated, and middleware. Now, this Module 7 focusing on how different softwares, systems interact and shares information in today's digital ecosystem. Now, organization rarely rely on a single monolithic system. Instead, they use multiple applications that must work together smoothly. Now, system integration and middleware are the technical and strategies that make this possible. Now, we have the system integration, connect various subsystems like database, APIs, and services into a single functional environment. The middleware provides the tools and communication layers that make this system interact seamlessly. For example, a university information system may integrate student records database system, learning management system or LMS, and financial and enrollment system integration ensures all this works together in real time. Now, this is the introduction. Modern systems rarely an interconnection and communication system, multiple application. Systems integration and middleware enables scalable, flexible, and maintenance architecture. Now, this slide sets the stage by explaining why integration is essential in modern computing. The modern software environment are distributed, data and functions are spread across cloud services, mobile applications, web platforms, and on-premise system without integration. So each system would operate in isolation, creating inefficiencies and data silos. Now we have the rules of system integration and middleware. We have enable communication between independent systems, allow data sharing and workflow automation, ensure scalability system can grow easily, and maintainability like easier updates and fixes. Example, in this healthcare system, in a healthcare system, I mean, one application manages patient records, another handles billing, a third handles laboratory result. So middleware connects them, ensure that when a patient laboratory result are ready, the doctor's interface automatically updates. Now, focus topic, API, design and integration, middleware and messages, queues, services-oriented architecture or SOA. Now, API design and integration, this is on how system communicate through web-defined interface, while the middleware and messages queues the infrastructure that ensures reliable communication. And services or service-oriented architecture or SOA, this is a design approach for building, modular services-based system. So the purpose of this one, of the focus topic, is to help learners understand how these three components interconnected to build complex enterprise-level system. Now, think of it like a three layers relationship: API, communication, endpoint, middleware, communication management, and SOA, architecture or architectural organization. API design and integration. So API acts as a communication bridge between systems. RESTful APIs use its TTP method like GET, POST, PUT, and delete, or get, post, put, and delete. I'm sorry. Now we have common data format like JSON, XML, and also authentication like AAuth 2.0, API keys, and HTTPS. Tools, we have the Postman with Swagger, API gateways, and significance is enables modular development, interoperability. So APIs, application programming interfaces, are contact that defines how two software components interact. They specify what data can be exchanged, how it's formatted, and which operations are allowed. So the RESTful API, we have the most common API architecture. Uses the standard HTTP method, the get, retrieve data, the post, create a new data, put, update existing data, and delete, remove data. Now, the data formats, the JSON or JavaScript object notation, it's a lightweight and human readable, and the XML or extensive markup language, it is more verbose but widely supported. The authentication and security, the OAuth 2.0 delegates access securely, example when login in the Google. Then the API case simple identification token, and the HTTPS ensure encrypted data transmissions. Now the tools for this one, we have the Postman, testing an API endpoint, and Swagger Open API is documenting and generating API code. And the API gateway manage, secure, and scale APIs. Now the significance is APIs allows modular development. Now the modular development teams can build independent components that work together while and they enable interoperability, meaning system built in different languages or platform can communicate easily. Example, when you book a hotel online, the website calls APIs from different systems. One for availability, one for payments, and another for review, all integrated seamlessly. Now, the middleware and the message queues. So what is a middleware? But before that, middleware connects applications and manage data exchange. Types is the message-oriented database RPC middleware, message queues like RabbitMQ, Kafka, ActiveMQ support asynchronous messaging. Advantages, we have asynchronous communication, reliability and fault tolerance, scalability and load balancing, example, e-commerce, order processing, and payment. Excuse. So middleware is the software layers. Now, excuse, that connects applications or database so they can communicate. It hides the complexity of distributed systems by providing common services like data exchange, security, and transactions management. We have types of middleware. The number one, we have message-oriented middleware or MOM. The uses of this MOM messages or message queues for asynchronous communication. The database middleware for number two, this is to connect applications to database like GDBC. Now, number three, we have RPC or RPC middleware. It is a remote procedure call, allows one program to execute code in another system as if it were local. The message queues, tools such as RabbitMQ, Apache Kafka, and ActiveMQ are commonly used for handling messages between systems. Now, how it works, the application send message or messages to a queues. Another service pick up them up when ready and ensuring asynchronous fault tolerance processing. Now, the advantages of this asynchronous communication is system don't have to wait for immediate response. Reliability messages are stored safely until processed, and fault tolerance, if one them or one system goes down, messages aren't lost. The scalability for the advantages is to support high traffic load and distributed environment. Example, in a e-commerce site, when a customer places an order, the order service send a message to a queue. Then the payment service process it independently, and the inventory service updates stocks forward. Now, this ensures that the systems continues running smoothly even if one component is delayed. The service-oriented architecture or SOA, the core concept or the SOA structures applications are collections of interoperable services. The key characteristics, the loose coupling and reusability, interoperability across platforms, discoverability and scalability, SOA versus microservices, SOA shared service, microservices, smaller independent unit. And the benefits, simply or simplifies integration, enhance agility, and support system. Now, SOA or service-oriented architecture is a software design paradigm that structures applications as a collection of interoperable services. So each service perform a distinct business function and communication with others over a network. Now, the key characteristics of the service-oriented architecture. First is loose coupling. Services are independent. Changes in one of or do not affect others. Reusability. Service can be reused across multiple applications. Interoperability platform independent of in using web standards. Example, SOAP, REST, and the discoverability service can be registered and discovered dynamically. So SOS or SOA versus microservices. The aspects, we have the size, and the SOE, the large enterprise scale services, and the microservices, small or smaller single function services. Communication, often used in SOA, often uses ASB or Enterprise Service Bus. In microservices, uses lightweight APIs. And for deployment, sa SOA, centralized, and microservices, decentralized and independent. And for the goal, in SOA, integration across system, and in microservices, agility and continuous delivery. So we have also the benefits of the SOA. We have easier integration between diverse systems. Encourages agility. The systems evolves with business needs and simplifies maintenance and scaling. Example of this one, a banking SOA might have separate services for accounting or account management, loan and transactions, or all reusable across mobile and web platform. And for the integration of concepts, APIs expose services for communication. Middleware handles data transfer and message management. The SOA governs how services are designed and deployed. Together, they enables enterprise-level integration, growth, and adaptability. Now, the integration of the concept, the how APIs, middleware, and SOA work together. Now, these three components from the foundation of enterprise integration architecture. The API expose functionality for external communication. The middleware ensures data is transmitted reliably and securely between components. And the SOA defines the structure. Now, how services are integrated, deployed, and interact. So together, they allows scalability enterprise solution, easier maintenance, faster adaptation to a new technology or business needs. Example, a logistic company integrates a tracking API for deliveries, messages used to handle updates in a real time, and SOA principles to organize services like billing, shipment, and notification. So the conclusion, the systems, integration, and middleware are essential for connected computing environments. APIs, middleware, and SOA work together to build scalable, secure, and maintainable systems. Mastering this enables computer science professionals to design modern, collaborative solutions. So, the system integration and middleware are vital for creating connectivity or connected modern computing environments. They make it possible for independent system to work as one, efficiently, secure, and at scale. So the takeaway points: the API communicate endpoint and middleware, data transfer and reliability layer, and SOE architecture design that brings everything together. So mastering this concept equips computer science professionals to design future-ready collaborative system. Now, my references for this report or this topic, Somerville 2016 Software Engineering 10th edition, and Bas L. Clements, Software Architecture and Practice, then Prisman 2020 Software Engineering, A Practitioner Approach in 9th edition, McGraw-Hill, and then Fowler, Patterns of Enterprise Application Architecture, Addison Wells-C. And Larman C. Applying 2004, Applying UML and Patterns 3rd edition, Pearson. So, the purpose for this one is to demonstrate that the material aligned with authoritative industry standard literature. So thank you very much, Doc. That's all for my report. Sorry for I'm not really feeling well. Well, you can hear my voice, and sorry to being late for my submission of this topic because as I told you, I brought my mother to the hospital for the return checkup, and the last Saturday I was also in the hospital for my own problem. So thank you so much. Thank you very much. Ano to?